Come here. This episode is not for everyone. It's only for the 1%. No, not the rich, not the famous, but the 1% of you who are actually willing to train your mindset like an ultra marathoner gearing up for a big event. I'm going to share some elite moves. You don't have to practice them, but if they are in your practice, buckle in. I invite you to try them with me. So just like yoga, don't pull a muscle, but go to your edge, all right? If you're ready to level up, let's get to work. There, welcome back to Practice Your Positive Daily, the show where we train our mindsets for joy, peace, resilience, and emotional connection. I am Sasser. I'm your coach for emotional strength, mental stamina, and positivity that holds up when life gets messy. Today's episode, we are going beyond the gratitude journals and morning routines. We're going to talk about 3 elite level positivity practices. These are the ones that most people avoid because they're hard, they're unglamorous, but they're deeply effective. They may not be easy, but they're effective, right? If you want a life that feels powerful from the inside out, this is where we take it to the next level. All right, are you ready for the 3 moves? Elite move number 1, sit in the gap. Okay, what does that mean? Delayed gratification. I'm talking about delayed gratification. Nobody wants to talk about this, but it's something that comes with the journey. You have to be able to sit in the void. Okay, what's the void? It's that awkward space between doing the work, taking the action, showing it up and embodying it, and seeing the results, right? There's that gap between there, that void. It's between I'm showing up and it's finally happening. Most people quit here. You post once, you journal a few times, you hit the gym for a week, and then you get discouraged because it doesn't look different. But listen, my friend, if you've been doing something for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, it takes time. Anything that you're building for real results is going to take that time. You don't go to the gym once and walk out ripped. You don't invest $100 and then retire next month. You have to keep going. You have to keep going, knowing that the work is working. And that is what the 1% understands. Whether you're talking about positivity or finances or your athleticism or your business, you have to be able to have that delayed gratification. You know, just because you can't see results, it doesn't mean the work isn't working. I love the saying, all work works. You're going to keep showing up with integrity, in faith, and in motion. When you get to this level, you know that the growth is cumulative. Transformation is there, but it's going to be delayed. And you've got to stay strong enough to wait for that reality to catch up. So embrace the fact that this is delayed gratification. All right, number 2, the number 2 elite training move to train your positivity. This sounds like a funky one, but it's true. And it's to train your pain tolerance. Train your pain tolerance. How does that relate to positivity? Well, let's look at it through the lens of the body first, and then your mind and your soul. Here's something that I know is true because I have lived it for 20 plus years. Fitness trains your nervous system to be brave. Boxing, running, ice baths, heavy lifts, all of those things, they're transformative because in that moment, your lungs, your heart, your body says no, but your spirit, your mind says keep going. And that's not physical. That's mental fortitude. You are building mental fortitude in that physical pain tolerance. I have been mid-workout, mid-round, mid-ice bath, and I flip the switch in my brain. I choose to stay present inside the discomfort. I know I'm not going to die and I can just hang out there. So then once I saw that I could do that with my body, I started applying it to everything else. This is where Practice Your Positive was born, in these physical reps that led to spiritual and mental growth. And so if you can do it at the gym, if you can do it at the CrossFit, if you can do it in the cold plunge, you can do it in your emotional, your mental life too. So when you have that breakup that makes you feel like you're going to puke, you hang in there and speak your truth. In that hard conversation, you don't disappear. You stand in your power and you own the moment. When you learn how to breathe through the discomfort, stay present through the discomfort, that greater pain tolerance is directly proportional to your ability to create, because growth always comes with discomfort. Creation always comes with contractions, right? I had a natural birth, and boy, it was an experience, but it was a pain I could manage. If you want to birth something beautiful, whether that's my beautiful baby daughter or a new project or a brand new body or financial stability, you have to be willing to hold the tension. You have to be willing to sit in that discomfort without running, without numbing out, and without quitting. And that is elite positivity, elite level positivity, not because you're pretending it doesn't hurt or you're pretending everything's fine, but because you've trained yourself to hang in that pain and rise from it. All right, and number 3, the third elite move that separates the highlight reel humans from the real deals, and that is alchemization, alchemy. This is turning your pain into power. This is turning the worst moments in your life into your next chapter, whether that's your divorce, your career-ending injury, financial ruin, emotional heartbreak, whatever it is, you transmute that poison. You don't ignore it, but you own it and find out that you can still flourish despite the pain. Listen, I've been through it like anybody else. Laid off more than once, divorced more than once, lost my home more than once, right? I've had those moments where like the rug I'm standing on was yanked out so hard, I didn't even know what room I was in, right? You have those moments where you're like, what happened to my life? How did this end up like this? And yeah, right? Like I'm human. I get mad. I cry. I question things. I have those moments, but I don't stay there. I choose to let it refine me, not define me. And that's what you can do too, right? It's this alchemy. These are contributing factors, not defining characteristics. That's what that alchemy is. It's saying it didn't happen to me. It happened for me. You don't have to love the pain, but you can grow strong enough to rise from it and create something beautiful and transformational from the pain. And that kind of positivity, that doesn't crumble, that sustains. That is a rock solid foundation for anything that you want to create in this life. All right, positive of the day. Here is your practice your positive challenge. I love to give you a little assignment. Pick one of these elite moves and bring it to life. You can do it. I know they're elite, but you can do it. You can do it. So pick one. Sit in the gap a little bit longer. Embrace that pain. Breathe through the discomfort. Be okay with a delayed gratification, knowing that it's working. Or ask yourself, how can I use this pain instead of letting it use me, right? What can I learn from this? You don't have to master these things, but you do have to practice. All right, so these moves, again, they're not for the faint of heart, but they are for people like you who want more than surface level joy. We are here to build real strength. You can do that. Resilience, authentic power, that starts from the inside and ripples out. You're not alone in this. That is why Team Positive is here. You can sign up to join Team Positive. It's the email list for events, new courses, workshops, and just fun, inspiring content that makes you feel like you can practice your positive every day in a real, fun, sustainable way. That's what I love to do. That's what I invite you to join. We are not practicing perfect. That's not what it is. But we are practicing our positive in a powerful way. So powerful. So as always, I love you. You got this. Keep practicing your positive, and I will see you at practice.